warranted. Huh. Mr. Bright's not here today? He said his old foot injuries was acting up. Old injury? He was all smiles yesterday. Yes, he smiled when he said it was fine as long as... You will be fine as long as you are there, Trucy. Yes, fine. We'll be fine. Here comes justice! I started my voice training at 5 this morning. Oh, do some now. I want to see. Here. Huh? Oh, okay. My name is Paul Justice and I'm fine. That sounds more like a self-mantra than voice training. I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? Good morning. Yo, sup? Hit me with a guilty verdict, G. See if I can. You just hang loose and let things go with the flow, you know what I'm saying? No, not really. Cookie, don't be running your mouth like that in here. See? That's the difference between me and you, old man. I ain't afraid of no cops. Real G's can't keep it real till they spend some hard time in the pen. You have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Sounds like a book's been voice training too, Apollo. My worst fears realized. Trial starting, and I still haven't had a real talk with my client.
Oh, for the love of God.
What?
I got another binding of the Windseeker. I don't want that.
I do, though. Maybe I should have you play on my account.
I want the fucking Sulfuras. Not the Windseeker. I have that on my druid and my...
Yeah, you're right, Mina. It is like that. Is this bitch for real? Seriously. So she's playing World of Warcraft right now and farming the first like big raid in the game, like ever. And the place has a chance to drop a legendary, and which is called the Blessed.
Thunder Fury, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker.
No, but the bindings of the Windseeker is the name of the things you get. The bindings of the Windseeker, and you use 2 of them, which are from different bosses, to summon a boss, which lets you get a legendary item. And I've been wanting that thing for years, and I haven't gotten one single drop. Like, not one. I haven't even seen the damn thing drop. She also has the legendary. She has gotten 2 of those items. So, just her luck, you know? Just 10 her luck. Yeah, I know, Callie. It's rude. She gets all the things. I've ranted about this before, but when we were playing Diablo 3, I was playing Wizard, she was playing a Demon Hunter, and wouldn't you know, I got fucking Demon Hunter gear. Like epic gear or legendary gear or whatever, like super high quality gear. But I couldn't use it. But there. Oh.
Well, I want to know the Silver Hammer. I haven't got it yet.
No, neither have I. Court is now in session for the trial of Wookiee Kentucky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ready to rock and roll, Herr Judge? No, ready to rock and roll, Herr Judge? How's that for, with the scarring of the R? Just like home. Ah, it's him! The pretty guy from yesterday. He's a prosecutor? This was Kevin's brother. Long time no see, Prosecutor Gavin. Why are you taking a leave of absence? You know that little band I started in my free time. Thing is, we got real popular. Hard to say 9 to your fans when 3 of your singles go platinum, yeah? I see. To be honest, I was a little concerned. I figured that you might still be distraught over that one trial. Not to worry, Herr Judge. I wouldn't miss this day in court for the world. It is worth even more than VIP passes to one of my concerts, yeah? I could have paused up the chance to see the true strength of the little boy who bested my brother. Yeah, a clavier. A claviature. It's also like a claviers. I remember having one. Yep, a rocker prosecutor named Piano. That was worth chanceling a show or two. Understood. You may give your opening statements to the court. Before that, I was thinking, is the air of this courtroom not a bit too serious? It is a court of law. That is no way to get a crowd jumping, Herr Judge. They're not supposed to jump. This is a courtroom. Act on you, baby. Today we play it my way. What's that noise? Sometimes you have to get up on order to get down to prosecuting. This is crazy. The victim, Paul Meraktis, the director of the Meraktis Clinic. The scene, People's Park, he was found pulling a noodle stand. What in the world was a doctor doing pulling a noodle stand? Yes, I believe you will only find that by asking the defendant, right here, right now. Because it's an undeniable truth that he shot the victim. What do you mean undeniable? If you were to glare at anyone, Herr Justice, glare at the punk in the defendant's chair. Wait. The dogfish? What? His crime was witnessed quite clearly, you see. Very well. Please admit this witness to the court. Nine. Not yet. Oh. I see. First, there is a little matter to be cleaned up. Could you talk without the accompaniment? I swear I could see the guitar there for a second. What is it, Mr. Prosecutor Gavin? The motive, Herr Judge. Why did the little punk do it? Why did he kill the director of the Meraktis Clinic? Not so fast! The defendant doesn't have to explain that. Or what if the defendant specifically requests to do so, as he did this morning? I want to give a shout out to all my homies, I believe he said. What? What is right? They always say that on stage you should hit the crowd with speed and ferocity. Sounds like he got you good, huh, Polly? Well, this is highly unusual, but the court will now hear from the defendant concerning his motive in this crime. So, you, son, are defendant. Wookie, are you? I ain't your son, old man. You step out strong. Your step to a public official, you best be prepared to step into jail. You gotta hand it to him, Wookie sure has guts. It's not his guts I'm worried about. Well then, the court will now hear the testimony on the defendant's motive. from the defendant himself. I'll tell you one thing, that doctor was a quacker. Someone had to show me what's what. I was in his clinic about half a year ago. He messed up my up something bad, and then he just lets me go without a word. See you later, bye. So I gotta go in, get another doc to patch me up again. That was the day I was done figuring it out. No OG's gonna let that pass. That's why I went to his pad that night. You know what I'm saying? Jeez, he's like... I have it like... I don't think those are motorcycles. I think those are more like scooters, because there's like it's just like kind of it sounds kind of pitiful and kind of adorable at the same time, you know. I just broke Tenha. Isn't that fantastic? Let's see, we got Edgeworth the smug but bearable, Manfred was moving on, Francesca was crazy whip happy, but at least she had a fun personality, and Colin was coffee. That is a very good description, Bello. Like, it sounds like they like driving around, it sounds like a giant bee. You know? So, you're saying you are one of the victim's patient. That stuff goes down when you're keeping it legal on the street, true that. I'll tell you one thing, that dog was a whack. Very well, the defense can begin the cross-examination. I can't believe it's the first time I'm hearing about all of this. So you're a patient at a Meractis clinic about half a year ago? For what reason? I had what you might call a mark of honor. Can you explain precisely what was wrong? No, she is just laughing. This is just how it is. There's a stark difference to when she laughs and like breaks down in laughter compared to when she's crying. I would show you, like, I would turn the camera in her direction to show you, like, how she's just, like, slamming her head against the table and, like, can't stop laughing. But I don't think she would appreciate that. A little running with a rival's family. That's when I pulled up a jack move. And I ran into an ambush. G busted a cap right in me. According to my sources, you couldn't stand the stress of waiting and ran in 15 minutes before the appointed time, by yourself. Hey, I was more than a match for those guys. So, you were carried to the Meractis clinic from there. It's probably the fact that I mentioned like the cute little scooter bikes that they're like just driving around. I suspect it is that. And you're not helping Bello. She's just gonna keep going. We just yeah, Pigs is not incorrect on that one. Apparently, it was shot in the heart. Shot in the heart and he's still alive? I can catch bullets with my teeth, but I never learned how to catch them with my heart. I'm gonna stop just short of my thumper. You know what I'm saying? Would have gotten golden if they weren't for that whack dog. Can't even take out the stupid bullet. So, as you say, the surgery was a failure. That ain't all of it, Holmes. What do you mean? He just let you go with a word? You're gonna see like Apollo's crying there inside his list. screaming inside. It's like, why? What do you think it means? It's a whack, that's what. I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds bad. It sounds as a doctor wished to hide his mistake. This is why he left the defendant go. He's a liar, straight up, and a better G than me. So, this bullet is still? You know it, I can still feel it. Right here, in my chest, pressing up against my heart. Your words are like a bullet shot straight into my heart. Or something like that effect. Incidentally, that's from one of our hit singles. Well, that sounds like a straightforward case of malpractice. Well, gee man, weren't no accident, that's for shizzle. It seems that there were issues with this doctor. Man, putting him down was like doing the world a favor. Wookie, please consult your lawyer before saying things like that. Chin up, Apollo, back straight. But why? But why did this mistake only come to light that day? Was found during the family health checkup. The family checkup? Well, there we have it, straight from her mouth itself. Or fingertips.
I mean, there was this one time when we played World of Warcraft and we were raiding, and then someone had a car that started outside, and then someone else said it sounded like a cow. And yeah.
She does that. She does that. She just I have to be careful. It's especially bad. You kind of predicted even when we were raiding and she was healing, one of the main healers, and suddenly you just hear over the Discord just she's breaking down. It's in laughter. It's yeah, this is a wipe. Healers can't keep up.
The worst part is if this wasn't a stream, she would say things now and then to keep me going.
I have no idea what you're accusing me of. What is this accusation? That was the wackiest thing of all. All those G's lining up, taking their exams and all that. Better die young than fade away, busy boy. A relief to hear. What's a relief? Oh, did your father not tell you? That bully you carried so close to your heart? If not attended to immediately, it could kill you. What? Yes, Dr. Miraculous had the knowledge concerning this ticking time bomb in you. Knowledge that could have saved your life. No way! That's whacked! There is proof. Your checkup report. So I generally I just skim over the puns and pretend they don't exist, because then I will be acknowledging their existence and hopefully people will stop making bad puns because bad puns are bad.
By the way, what kind of sound does the door make, there?
It's a creaky sound.
Creak.
How ironic that you killed a man capable of helping you. You're almost as callous as he was. Well, now that the place is open, let's get the gig started. Started? So I don't speak German, so yeah. I'm also not familiar with that idiom. We've had enough of a warm-up act, yeah? Time to hear from the witness. Wookie sure is quiet all of a sudden. I'm a little uneasy myself. Is this Gavin's strategy? Oh, this guy's an ass. So, you will tell us your name and occupation? My name is Wesley Sticker.
I hate you already.
My occupation, I by which he means to say he's a student. A junior at Ivy University, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, in the Department of Science and Engineering. Filled with curiosity for all things, I spend my days in pursuit of truth, honing my Stickler. Please direct said curiosity to the case at hand today. Very well, Mr. Stickler. Please testify the recording about what you saw on the night of the crime. That night, I passed through the park on my way home from shopping when I saw them. One man pulling a stand and another man facing him. I saw them quite clearly. The man was facing the victim, was the defendant. In his hand he held, yes, a pistol. He was pointed at the man pulling the stand. A shot. The bullet hit the man pulling the stand from the front, square in the forehead. That is all wrong because there was a temple. Was there anyone else in the park at the time? I can say with 100% accuracy, there was not. And the pistol our witness refers to is this. The court accepts this into evidence. Very well, Mr. Justice. You may cross-examine the witness. Yes, Your Honor. Trudy, why are you staring like that at the witness? That man! I can't help but feel I've seen him somewhere before. I do like the cross-examination theme in this game. Well, all of the cross-examination themes in this game. It's really good.
Objection!
Whew, if that's all of it, I think I have a chance. Is that you relaxing, I see, Justice? Oh, ahem. Objection! One is quite enough, Mr. Justice. Apollo, pace yourself. The trial is not over yet. Right. Look at this. The autopsy report? Is there a problem with the autopsy report? Right, a problem. Yes, the problem is the location of the entry wound. The location? You testified the killer was shot the victim square in the forehead, did you not? Ah. I have already determined your angle of inquiry. Allow me to explain. It is quite simple, really. First, understand when I say square, and we'll speak in... I'm just gonna... This guy is worse than Old Bag. I'd take Old Bag over this guy. Mr. Justice! Yes? What's your objection to these, krypton particle things? This is the big time, and you are so obsessed with something so small? You disappoint me. No, I'm obsessed with something big. I mean, there's a bigger, less nitpicky problem here. Well, it's more that he speaks faster and the text scrolls quicker than I can actually like read in an appropriate manner. So I just leave it be. I do the same thing with old bag because it's like very unrealistic for me to keep up with Miss Old Bag. Do tell. Just look at the autopsy report. Location of the entry wound was right in the right temple. Yep, it is auto-scrolling. The temple. Mr. Stickler, you said quite clearly that the victim was shot square in the forehead. That's a contradiction, isn't it? Like certain characters will auto-scroll the text because they're just like rambling and it's just like, yeah, I'm just not gonna do the auto-scrolling text like that when it goes like that. It's just... I mean, I can like... Sometimes I will try to keep up, for instance with Old Bag, and then I'll just like, nope! It is, right? Finally! Herr Justice! Oh, Herr Justice! Yes? Your tactics are outdated, trying to shake the witness up by objecting to trifles. Surely you haven't forgotten the fatal wound your master suffered 7 years ago, no? Phoenix Wright was it? Look, I know the wound was in the wrong place according to his testimony. Look. Oh, I just want to punch that guy. It's like, that's such a punchable face. Hey, our forehead! Forehead? Let us imagine you're walking through the park. You see two men fighting each other, one with a pistol trained on the other. What would you do, our forehead? Well, I guess I would try to stop them. I probably should stop. And you, Fraulein? Me? Well, I'd probably scream, ah! And you, Herr Stickler? What did you shout, I wonder? Ah! If the victim turned his head at the last moment. Ah, yes, I thank you for jogging my memory. It sounds like an addendum to the testimony is required. As soon as the killer raised his pistol, I took action. Seize this at once, you two! I cried with composure. The victim turned in the direction of my voice and the shot rang out. Whereupon our cowardly killer, the defendant, appeared to have become frightened. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled the scene. I see, so you attempted to stop the crime. Indeed. With composure. Well, maybe the criminal wouldn't have fired if he hadn't shouted like that. That doesn't seem to really matter now, unfortunately. Pigs! No! Bad! 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 Let us consider this new testimony, shall we? Observe the diagram, if you would. The witness, Mr. Stickler was it, stood here. He shouted, "Oh, stop please," or something of that nature. The victim responded by looking in the witness' direction. If the killer were to have fired at just that moment, as we can see, the bullet would have struck the right temple, as in the report. That seems to be the case. Witness the power of a junior in Ivy University's Department of Science. Very well, Mr. Justice. You may cross-examine the witness. But... Two rounds are fired. You didn't try to apprehend the criminal? It happened so fast. I afraid I didn't have the time. Doesn't something about that strike you as odd, Apollo? Good point, Bello. Good point. I forgot about that detail. I didn't actually see it. The killer was in a hurry. He fired a pistol and tossed it right away. According to testimony, that's what happened, yes. In that case, I'd expect something that we wouldn't find. Something... I like that contradiction. I'm kind of excited to see it let go. Besides, I feel, what do we do now? At least testimonies get a little clearer. That's right, maybe we can find something to use in this new testimony. But yeah. Why are there gunshots? Fingerprints on it. Yeah, there is that. We don't know about the second shot quite yet. Except for like that it happened, but we don't like know where it ended up. Wait a second. Another misleading request. Yet you're so beholden to your own mode of discourse that you can't see how it affects you. Come again? Oh, wait a second, you say. A second? We intend to wait just that, a single second, 1/60th of a minute. That is hardly enough time to draw breath, let alone make a statement in court. Now, had you asked for a longer period of time, say, Mr. Justice. Yes, Your Honor? Am I to understand you are objecting to the length of a second? Yes, I mean, no. Here, just look at the pistol. It doesn't have a single fingerprint on it. Ah, common ploy. Made all the more common, I fear, by the prevalence of television. Criminals these days loathe to leave fingerprints. Wait, but you said the killer tossed the gun and ran. That's right. He didn't have time to wipe the gun for prints. Whoa! Ah, the little girl is sticking it to the university student. There's a stone in there. I'm not little. Then let's think like adults, shall we, Fraulein? Huh? What if the killer, the defendant, was wearing gloves? God admit I didn't think of that, Apollo. Well, Mr. Justice. There's no way. Also... The record of the murder weapon is quite clear about one thing. The fingerprints were wiped, which means some trace of the prints remained, which contradicts your testimony. If everything happened as you say it did, he wouldn't have time to wipe the pistol. Thank you. That may be, but it does not change what I saw. The killer, the defendant, he threw down the murderous weapon from his hand and fled. And this pistol was found at the scene of the crime. Strongly suggesting that this was the weapon he disposed of. That sounds solid to me. That sounds solid to me. Well, Herr Forehead, do you have any of your precious objections? What gives, Paul? Let's see that voice training got to work. You know, I only recently realized something. No matter how much you train your voice, it doesn't matter if you have nothing to say. What do you mean, nothing to say? Isn't it obvious from what the witness just said? Huh? Isn't what obvious? When he restated what he said just now, he said he saw Wookiee drop a murderous weapon. But that's not the same as being 100% of what Wookiee threw away. You're right. He's just confused because the pistol was found at the scene. Poor Mr. Stickler. He must be so hardly perfect and yet so wrong. Well, it can be said that I am quite offended. Oh god, this place is so punchable. Oh. Why did he seem... yeah. What we can say for certain is the witness saw the killer throw something. Does the defense have something to say about this? Well, if what he threw wasn't a pistol, then it had to be something else. At least one person at the defense team seems to be thinking. Oh, I'll wipe that smile off your pretty face, Gavin. Yeah, I think we can go with shanking. Absolutely, Pix. Perhaps we can inform the court of the nature of this something else. Is that a sword? I saw one of those in the late night movie last night. Great, a sleep-deprived drudge. This knife was found at the scene of the crime, with the defendant's prints on it. His prints? This single piece of evidence proves two important things. One, the defendant what the defendant threw down wasn't a pistol, and two, the defendant wasn't wearing gloves. Indeed. Oh, our forehead. You're forgetting about two other things you've just proven. Huh? One, that the man the witness saw was the defendant, Mr. Wookie Kitaki. Two, that the defendant was holding a knife with the intent of harming the victim. Oh, indeed. Never underestimate Gavin is the lesson here. This court is of the opinion that our witness is fond of making assumptions. In that light, I believe it would behove us to hear what really occurred. With less assuming, please. Oh. It is always the same with you people. Mark left the house on foot, and 5 minutes later his brother left him. How long would it take for Mark's brother to catch up with him? Assuming that Mark never had to stop for a traffic light. Assuming. Yes, that is what I said. Assuming. As if that were a probable situation at all. And yet, here you are, assuming that my assumption is no better. Oh god, I just want to shank him. What this court assumes is that the witness will testify as to what happened after the shot was fired. The judge showing some spine here. I could not prevent the killer from leaving the scene, nor could I simply leave the scene in good conscience. Ergo, I used my cell phone to call the police. Until the police arrived at the scene 10 minutes later, I saw no one else. Why didn't you chase the killer? Something smells burned. I don't know what, but something smells burned.
Yep. Check outside.
I'm gonna just take a look outside. There's nothing outside. Hold on. Can you just go and just take a quick look?
Yeah.
I mean, the fire alarm should be going off if it is in here, but we don't have anything in the kitchen going on right now.
Well, I don't smell anything from the kitchen or here anyways.
Okay, so it is outside then. But there is something smelling, burned smoke. And it's not cigarette smoke, it's just something burning, but I can't see anything. Can't hear any alarms either.
I'm just gonna go open the other window and check if it smells outside.
Yeah. Oh well. It smells a little bit like wood. Not it doesn't have a like smell like meat.
It was definitely from the outside, and there are some kids or whatever over there doing something.
Okay.
I don't know, they're just standing and sitting there.
Yeah, it could be like they're doing some stuff down there. Ah well. He was, as you say, a killer. Of course, I could have run him down. Yet, whatever would have we done when cornered? Sadly, it takes more than aptitude for solving quadratic equations to know that. Did the testimony earlier not prove the defendant's presence at the scene? We do, and we do not also know that there was no one else there. It seems clear we have a killer. Does it not? Does it not, Mr. Justice? I'd better find a way to take this testimony down quick. Which way did the killer run? By the time it was clear the killer had noticed me, naturally he ran in the opposite direction. That would mean he ran in the opposite direction from the Kitaki mansion. Action! Don't even think about pointing out he was going away from his home. All he had to do was look back once he got out of sight. How does he know that's where I was going? Yeah, there is that as well. You were certainly composed for someone who just witnessed a killing. If one is to devote one's life in the pursuit of science, one must never flinch at the sight of a little blood, nor be so moved by a chemical discovery that one drop of one's flask upon the blood room floor. Oh, cool answer. Very cool. So nothing strange about how he acted. Trucy looks like she has something to say. Oh. There we go. Finally done it. Wasn't your first thought to call an ambulance? It can be said I have dabbled in medicine. The injury I witnessed, laming a single shot to the head, tends to result in death. Ergo, there was no need for me to call an ambulance. Oh, a perfect syllogism. A proof in 3 parts. Exquisite. Simply exquisite. He actually looks like he's going to cry. Can you tell us in detail about these 10 minutes? I stood in a state of heightened awareness. Anything could happen at any moment. Anyone could appear from any direction. Is that all? No one came. Nothing happened at all. I saw it all. Which is to say, I saw nothing. It was late at night. It's not odd to think that there would be few people around in the park. So he just stood there, watching? Not much to go on there. Trucy, if you got something to say, by all means, say it! I can't find a single problem with that testimony. I had enough at last, forehead. Maybe it's time to back off a bit. There's nothing fishy about that testimony at all. So if you haven't seen the Phoenix Wright movie, you should. And even if you have seen it, you still should see it again because it's amazing. The live action movie. It appears there are no objections to the witness' current testimony. There are many ways to explain the lack of prints on the pistol, I assure you. Perhaps the killer was wearing gloves which wiped out the previous user's prints. Then after the deed was done, this fell out of his pocket. I was throwing the gun away. A mistake befitting of a small-time punk, in my opinion. No! No! It seems we've come to the end of the line here. No, that can't be all. How unfortunate. It seems you weren't got to stand on the same stage as me. Were you, Air Forehead? I believe this brings the cross-examination to a close. This court will now declare a verdict for the defendant Wookie Kitaki. Ah! Choosy? Nobody move. What is the meaning of this? Who are you? There'll be no verdict in this court. Not yet. Wait, are you one of the Kitakis? The Kitakis? You mean the notorious gangsters? If you don't want to see me give the pretty girl a new smile, do as I say. Adjourn the court for 20 minutes. What? This court will not bow to pressure from the likes of Judge. I see little point in further aggravating this gentleman. Recess. 20 minutes. Oh, I promise you, you'll regret it. Wait! How did this appear so fast? Come to the defendant's lobby, Apollo. I suppose I have no choice but to adjourn for a 20-minute recess. Bailiff, catch that mysterious man!